Hey, it's Cole here. Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be getting to my first NFL mock draft of the 2023 season, 2022-2023 season, and let's go ahead and get right into it with the first mock draft after the regular season. So, before we do get into it, I did have Indianapolis trade up. I looked at some other mock drafts, and I was feeling the same way, is that Indianapolis would probably also trade for that number one spot, as, you know, I think realistically someone's getting that draft pick. That's not going to be the Bears. The Bears will trade down, and I'm like, okay, we'll give it to the Indianapolis Colts this time. Maybe I'll give it to the Texans another time. So the start, let's go ahead and give the Colts Bryce Young. You know, Colts obviously need a quarterback, and I think maybe they're just done going after these vets, and they'll take their young quarterback, take it possible. I wouldn't say generational, but a really good quarterback, and in my opinion, the best quarterback in the draft. Now, the Houston Texans didn't trade up because they felt comfortable. In my opinion, they'll probably feel comfortable also getting C.J. Stroud. Just keeping it simple. Two of, in my opinion, the best quarterbacks in this draft, and Texans get their quarterback. They get a good quarterback, not Bryce Young, but still, I think C.J. Stroud can be an absolute great quarterback for the Houston Texans. Now the Cardinals are up. They've swindled their way into the third spot of the draft, and I think they stay put. And I think they take Will Anderson, probably the best defensive player in this year's draft, and they need some edge rushing help, obviously, as J.J. Watt is now retiring, and their other edge rusher, I'm thinking about it, I don't think they have another edge rusher yet, because they traded Chandler Jones. They should probably get Will Anderson. The Chicago Bears, after trading down, they'll go ahead and get Jalen Carter, arguably the best defensive player in the league, not in the league, but in the nation. I think it's Will Anderson, but Jalen Carter is obviously up there. He's a great player, and Chicago needs some help there. The Seattle Seahawks, I have them here going Myles Murphy. Get some edge rushing help along with Uche. I don't know how to say his last name, but Uche. So, just help out that defense. Here, the Lions, I got them going quarterback Christian Gonzalez, probably the best quarterback in this year's draft. And they went a few years in 2020. They went ahead and got Jeff Okudah. Now they're going to add to that with, not Jeff Gonzalez, but Christian Gonzalez, and really help out that secondary that is improving year by year. And it's definitely something that I think the Lions could have one of the best in the league just in a few years. The Las Vegas Raiders, I'm going to give him Will Levis. I definitely think they could get Tom Brady, but I still think if they have Tom Brady, I think Will Levis should definitely be in play here. I think you have Will Levis like a year or two play behind Tom Brady, and hopefully he gets better in the pocket. I think that's his biggest flaw, just at times he can be too frantic in the pocket, but he has great athleticism, has great arm accuracy, and most importantly, arm strength. That's the big thing for him, and I think he could be a really good quarterback, and I see why NFL GMs and NFL teams really like Will Levis in this year's draft. Okay, for the Atlanta Falcons, got them going Tyree Wilson, who's definitely been a draft riser as past weeks, months, so we'll give him an edge rusher, as Atlanta definitely needs some help on the edge. For the Panthers, I'm going to give them, I was thinking about this, and I was thinking maybe I won't, but I did. I'm going to give them Anthony Richardson. I think they might be getting too desperate now, and they're just like, okay, let's just go with the rookie Anthony Richardson, who definitely is a raw prospect, and I don't think is the best fit for Carolina, but I think Carolina could definitely take him, and Anthony Richardson here, just with the Panthers getting desperate at quarterback. Then going into the Eagles pick, who have a top 10 pick, I can't believe it, but I got them going here. Cornerback Cam Smith. Don't know what's going to happen to James Bradbury. Could be gone. They're definitely going to be in a bidding war, I would say, with James Bradbury, who's been playing absolutely phenomenal. But at the same time, these guys have definitely been getting older. Darius Slay and Bradbury, not saying they're bad, but if you can put in Cam Smith now, they'll really get to learn behind these. Not saying he won't play. Definitely, he'll definitely be a cornerback for him, possibly cornerback 2 next year, play in the slot. Who knows? He'll definitely get a lot of playing time, but it would be a nice way to just also learn with Darius Slay and also James Bradbury, again, if he would to come back. Now, with the Tennessee Titans, I have them going offensive tackle Paris Johnson. They just need any type of offensive line help. That would definitely help out with the running game. And I think Paris Johnson probably might be the best offensive lineman in this year's draft, up there with Skoronski. So I think the best fit here for the Tennessee Titans is to go ahead and draft an offensive lineman. The Houston Texans, I'm going to have them take receiver. Now, maybe he's not the best receiver, But I think with the recent success of Ja'Marr Chase and Joe Burrow, I could see the Texans taking Jackson Smith-Njigba. Again, early in the draft, they went ahead and they drafted, if I can scroll back up here, C.J. Stroud. Obviously, they would have a good connection, and I think with the situation of Ja'Marr Chase and Joe Burrow, I could see the Houston Texans selecting Jackson Smith-Njigba and not maybe a better receiver. Not saying he's bad, but maybe like a Quentin Johnston or Jordan Addison. But I do have them going Jackson Smith-Njigba here. Now, the New York Jets definitely need some help at offensive line with injuries and all that. Get them Peter Skoronski, who could play off the tackle, but also could play inside with maybe some, the arm length isn't really the best, but I think just if you could put him anywhere, that's a win in the Jets' book. So I think they should draft Skoronski here. Now going to the New England Patriots, they need wide receiver help. I like their receivers, but if they can add somebody like a Quentin Johnston, I think would be a very, very good fit. Just they need receivers. Last time they drafted a receiver, it was N'Keal Harry in the first round, and he's now not on the team. Definitely love Kendrick Bourne. I love Jakobi Meyers, and I love some of the receiving core, but I feel like they're just average. If you can add Quentin Johnston to, again, Jakobi Meyers, Kendrick Bourne, and all these other guys, I think this could be a really good receiving core for either it be Mac Jones or if they get a quarterback in the future, who knows. Now going into this next pick for the Green Bay Packers, I have them taking Jordan Addison, wide receiver, going back to back. They need some help there. You can't rely on Randall Cobb all the time. You can't rely on Allen Lazard all the time. Obviously, Christian Watson's going to be a beast. Let's go ahead and add another receiver to that, and Jordan Addison. Now Washington, my favorite team. I wouldn't be mad at a lot of things, but I think we should go cornerback here with a Joey Porter. They need some cornerback help with trading away William Jackson, but in general, if they just need defensive help everywhere, I wouldn't be mad if they took a linebacker. Wouldn't be mad if they took like Michael Mayer, but overall, I think Joey Porter could be not the best pick, but a really good pick here for Washington, and put that to a nice secondary, I would say, with Derek Forrest, Cameron Curl. Now your cornerbacks, you got Kendall Fuller and also not William Jackson, but Benjamin St-Juste. I think it's a nice cornerback or DB room you really have there to help out that defense. Now going into this next one for the Pittsburgh Steelers, I have them going offensive tackle, Broderick Jones. They need some offensive tackle help or off the line help. I like James Daniel. I like some of the other guys, but if you can also help protect Kenny Pickett, that's even better, man. And I think Broderick Jones can really, really help there out. Now, the Lions, I got them going Brian Breeze. I like Josh Pascal. Obviously, you got Aiden Hutchinson, but I think Josh Pascal could be an all-down edge rusher. Could be a possible just passing play edge rusher. If it's like 3rd and 10, obviously you're going to pass, so maybe they put him down on these. But I think if you can get Brian Breeze a little bit consistency there, being possibly an all-down edge rusher, I think that's pretty nice there for the Detroit Lions. Now going into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers pick, I got them going Michael Mayer. I know you don't know if you're going to have Tom Brady next year, but overall, just add some more receivers. I mean, you got Mike Evans, you got Christian Godwin. You got some decent, I would say, tight ends, but they're not, crazy. Michael Mayer would be crazy. Tom Brady want a Gronk back? Take Michael Mayer. I mean, maybe you can convince Tom Brady to stay. Saying, hey, we'll get you Michael Mayer. Who knows? Because then you got your own another Gronk. You got another Gronk, in my opinion. Now going to the Seattle Seahawks, I got them taking Keely Ringo. Get somebody to put up next to I can't remember his name. Tariq Woolen, that's his name. Put it next to Tariq Woolen. I like that secondary they can have here. Keely Ringo definitely fallen out of the top 10, which I think he possibly could have been going into this college football year, but he's definitely fallen out. Not saying he's been bad necessarily, but I think there's definitely some other things that went wrong this year, and I think we'll go to Seattle here, and I think that's a great pick for Seattle, just help out their secondary. Now going to this Jaguars pick, we're going to have another cornerback here. Got him going Clark Phillips. Help out that secondary, that's definitely growing, it's definitely getting better, and I like Clark Phillips, and you can go ahead and get a cornerback. Now going into next pick for the New York Giants, got him Trenton Simpson. They need some linebackers, most definitely. They definitely need some linebackers. I think they waived Tay Crowder. They have Jalen Smith. Getting older, not the greatest of, again, linebackers anymore. But I think they can go linebacker and upgrade that defense. That's definitely a pretty good defense. Going into next pick, Baltimore Ravens. I have them selecting cornerback Devon Witherspoon. We don't know if Marlon Humphrey's going to be back. Devon Witherspoon, I like him decently, but he's definitely been a riser, and I need to look more into him, but I definitely heard some good things for Devon Witherspoon, and I think this could be the right pick here for the Baltimore Ravens. The Chargers, I got them going off to tackle Anton Harrison. Obviously, you have Rashawn Slater, but maybe you can put on the other side, just figure out that, because they could definitely need some offensive lineup and some more depth. You could probably possibly move Anton Harrison other places. Maybe you can look at guard, but I think he can definitely be a great tackle to put, again, on the other side of Rashawn Slater to help protect Justin Herbert. Now, the Dallas, I have them going wide receiver. They definitely need some receivers. I got them going Jalen Hyatt, and the reason why is because you got Michael Gallup, you got CeeDee Lamb, but other than that, it's not that good. You could definitely get some more dynamic players on that offense. You obviously have Schultz, you have Noah Brown, who's okay. Then you have Tolbert, I forgot his first name. I personally wasn't the biggest fan of Tolbert coming out of South Alabama last year, and he definitely hasn't played great this year. Hasn't got too much playing time. Go ahead and get Jalen Hyatt, and I think that's a pretty good receiving core that the Dallas Cowboys have. The D's has got me on the name. So the Cincinnati Bengals now, I get them going tight end, Darnell Washington. Don't know if Hurst is going to be back. If so, I think you can definitely double up or get a tight end, double up at tight end, and I think that's pretty good for the Cincinnati Bengals. Next pick, I got the Vikings taking Noah Sewell. They could use a linebacker. I like Hicks and I like Eric Kendricks, but they're both 30, and I think you can put somebody else in there for the future and pair them up, again, for the future with Ryan Asamoah, and that could be a decent linebacker core in my opinion. Now to the Denver Broncos, and he's been on the board for a while. I understand. But I have Bijan Robinson going to the Denver Broncos. I understand this is probably definitely a far down. He's probably fallen in my mock draft compared to other multiple mock drafts. But I'm just thinking who's really gonna draft him here. I don't see too many teams. I know, but I've seen some Buccaneers. I'm like, they can go for Shad White. Maybe, I just don't see a team that would draft him or would desperately need him like how the Steelers needed Najee Harris. And the Buffalo Bills, I got him going Jahmyr Gibbs. I got the two best running backs going back to back. I like Devin Singletary definitely, but I think if you can add Jahmyr Gibbs to that, I think that's a nice running back group. And I like Nyheim Hines, but obviously he's more of a returner for them. So I got Jahmyr Gibbs and putting him next to Devin Singletary, I think is a nice running back group you got there. Now the Chiefs, I got them going off to tackle DeWand Jones. Definitely could use some offensive tackle help, and I think that'd be the best pick there for the Chiefs. Now, Philadelphia Eagles, I got him going edge rusher. Could have gone edge rusher earlier in the draft, possibly, but I definitely did like the pick of Cam Smith. So I got him going Nolan Smith, best available there on the board. Again, not too familiar with some of these guys down here, but definitely I think could make a difference. Now, Pittsburgh, who has a 32nd pick to the Dolphins pick being taken out, suspended, I guess. So now they have the 32nd pick from the Chicago Bears after the Chase Claypool trade. So I got the Steelers here going wide receiver Josh Downs, because there's always good receivers in the draft, and I think Steelers could get one, definitely. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you want more. And go ahead, comment down what player you want your favorite team to get here in this first round, and what other players maybe I need to look at who could be draft risers possibly. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Click this video right here, or possibly right here. It's going to be one of these. Go ahead and go to the next video. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.